My name's Matt Scholl. I'm the Global Head of Mining and Industrial at Envirosuite. I have a background in environmental consulting after studying engineering and management. For the last 15 years of my career, I've promoted the transformation of environmental management at mines and industrial operations to move towards continuous, real-time, integrated and predictive forecast solutions, connecting operations wirelessly with their surrounding environment. I've been with Envirosuite for the last 15 years, since the inception of our technology solution. Being an Australian-based company, we interacted, mining is a strong sector in Australia, and our Australian miners are very innovative as well. So I've worked across coal, iron ore and minerals for operations in Australia and Asia, but also in North America and South America for Envirosuite, implementing our solutions. Well, as I mentioned, mining is it's an important sector for the global economy, providing essential minerals and commodities for the developing world. Yet the health and safety of communities and employees and the environment are of paramount importance to a sustainable future. I'm attracted to the challenge of optimizing the delicate balance between economic growth and the development with zero, or at least the most insignificant impacts as possible on the environment and surrounding communities. So I believe that technology, innovation and advances in management practices are the way to achieve that essential balance. When it comes to environmental management and social license to operate and operational efficiency for mining, I believe that digital solutions can be extremely helpful for enabling dynamic, efficient mining operations, where plans and actions take account of the multitude of varying factors. With the help of science and technology and good management, an operation can adapt in real time to risks, or they can adjust their plans ahead of a problem occurring. The goal is to shift towards proactive management, and this would be optimal for all stakeholders, community, shareholders, and employees. Continuation of mining depends on sustainability. In recent times, there's been a significant shift in attitudes towards mining and potential environmental and social impacts. This is being borne out by the investment industry, who believe that sustainability integrated portfolios can provide better risk-adjusted returns to investors. They're reacting to their clients' demands for sustainable investments, have publicly declared that the sustainability will be core to their investment decisions. Apart from the financial drivers, what's the point of extracting valuable and necessary minerals for the development of our society if we ruin the planet and harm people as a result? I believe sustainable mining is achievable if there's a will. Mining carries risks across a range of environmental areas. There's potential for dust, noise, water quality impacts during mining operations. And there's also the management of byproducts and waste, for example, tailings storage. And then the rehabilitation of the landscape and the habitat after the mining is complete is another requirement. So traditionally, the risks have been managed via technical studies and engineering designs and management plans that start prior to mining and updated progressively as the mine advances. The shortfall in these approaches is that they're based on historical data, and most times they were using spot measurements or periodic sampling as the basis that support the plans. So it hasn't been based on live data that is representative of conditions right now. The periodic nature of the sampling means that an issue may exist for a period of time and go undetected until the next round of sampling. So to compensate for that uncertainty, it's common to add a margin of safety to operating conditions to be sure that problem does not occur. And the issue with that is that approach is that these limits can be overly constrictive during good conditions. And yet, for example, on a day when a set of non-typical conditions arise, an operating condition that is set on historical data, it may not be restrictive enough. Envirosuite brings together continuous monitoring, industrial IoT, and predictive data analysis and modeling to connect the mining operation with its surrounding environment. So with real-time and predictive information that Envirosuite provides to mines, an operational decision can be made with confidence about either a potential downstream effect of a mine on its environment or of a potential impact of the environment on the mine. For example, if you have an adverse weather event. So Envirosuite connects the real-time local environmental information with the mine's management systems to enable rapid response or even provide forward notification in advance of a potential upcoming risk. Miners are already making significant commitments to reducing their impacts. All the major miners have responsible mining at the forefront of their mines. It's quite common to see it in their taglines these days. So we're on the pathway to reducing energy, increasing connectivity and automation, and moving towards zero harm. I think that technology is the key in the transition of mining. UAVs and virtual reality are likely to change the way we operate significantly over the next 10 years. In addition, an increase in remote sensing can be expected. This is an area that Envirosuite will continue to advance, where better quality, real-time data can be captured and models can simulate plans and activities whilst integrating with other operational systems on site to achieve an interconnected digital mining operation. The growth in remote sensing and connected digital mining opens the opportunity for machine learning and artificial intelligence applications. I anticipate a significant increase in the amount of data that is collected across a mine site. So the challenge of data coverage, it's likely to be solved imminently, but we still need to understand data quality. The accuracy and the representativeness of data is important. Data needs to be used in the right context, and this will be the challenge as devices are miniaturized, capabilities of remote sensing continue to extend. Having said that, the move towards continuous monitoring and better quality predictive approaches will be of great benefit to the mining industry. It's very good. It's a good time for Envirosuite. I think it's a great time for digital services to mining. And the connectivity challenge is largely being solved, which means that for these large remote operations, we can now supply much better solutions than we could before. And so there is a real uptake of these type of solutions at the moment. I think all of them are continuing to connect more and more data streams of different data, whether it's operational, whether it's environmental. They're definitely on the pathway to digitization, automation, I guess better risk management practices with the assistance of real-time data, for sure. And also there's the environmental impact that they're very aware of and want to avoid. Also the social impact as well. It's quite important for mines, whether they're in South America or Australia or North America, to be very aware of their community, avoid any adverse impacts on them. And in addition, regulations are changing as well. Expectations, mines can be shut down for things like dust generation. They can be shut down by a regulator for a period of time until they can demonstrate they've got this under control. Similarly, blasting. If a mine has a blast and a big cloud of dust and fume travels beyond the lease boundary, the mining inspectors can come and investigate and essentially stop them from working, which is comes at quite a cost. Part of my role with Envirosuite is to continue to promote the vision and extend our capabilities. Some of the things we're doing is looking at how we can improve our interoperability with other platforms on the mine. It's not always just about technology improvements either. Sometimes it's about the processes that wrap around the solution, processes that take the environmental intelligence that we provide and give it to the workforce in a way that they can make an operational decision using it. So that's part of providing a solution to the mine site, is recognizing how they're going to consume the data that we give them. But beyond that, we're looking at Envirosuite at covering more environmental disciplines. Currently, we manage dust, noise, water quality, groundwater, blasting. But there are other areas that we could assist a mine, and that'll come with the use of data from other sources like, as I mentioned, UAVs, drones, massive uptake of drone technology at the moment for mining, satellite technologies, where you essentially have an eye in the sky. And you can imagine how valuable that is to a mine site where you have remote and large areas, large open areas.